All right, welcome everyone. I am so happy to have you here for the More Traffic, More Sales, More Profits webinar. I know there is a lot going on out there. E-commerce is getting tougher, and we need to learn ways to still stay ahead in this crazy business. First, though, for those who don't know me, in fact, let me know if this is the first time you've been to one of my webinars. Let me know over there in that little comment box if you don't know a thing about me. So some of you are saying this is the first webinar. Awesome, but I recognize your name, so I know you know a little bit about me. But let me share a little more. So first, welcome. I know it's important to use your time wisely in your business, so I really value your time, and I promise you I'm not going to waste it. So I will go through real quick who I am. I am Danni Ackerman. I am also known as the Danni app. I hosted the Niche to Profit show over on the Vegas Video Network. We're taking a little hiatus right now for those of you who've been looking for the show. It will be back in the future. Just taking some time to do some other stuff within my business. I have 4 beautiful children and 3 grandchildren with one on the way any minute now. Actually, I'm hoping he holds out a couple more weeks because I'm going to be going to California to go see him. But there they are. Those are my awesome kids. And then, of course, I have 2 goofy dogs. I am a big animal person, and I have been on eBay since 1998. And the brand that I have developed is Utterly Good Stuff. And the Utters goes back to my goat raising days. And I've kind of used the same name and fine-tuned the niche, and we're going to talk more about niche in a while. I have some other brands that I also manage, but this is the main one, and it's also, my big umbrella company is Utterly Good Enterprises that runs everything. I am also known as the Danni app. Many of you probably knew me from the days where everything was thedanniapp.com, and I did a rebranding this past year to make it more clear as to who I was serving in my business and what I was doing, and now it's Niche to Success, but I will always be known as the Danni app. I love to have fun, and most of all, I love to help others make money and experience success. And the Niche to Profit group is there over on Facebook, which is a community of online sellers that I have the pleasure of kind of being part of their online lives. All right, so enough of that. So the first thing we need to do before I show you how to be successful, we have to do something called defining what success is. So I just want to take a minute because success is different things to different people. I love the first definition, the favorable or prosperous termination of attempts or endeavors, meaning that you have gone through the steps and accomplished what it is you set out to accomplish. That's the pretty simple definition of success. So that can be small success, that can be big success. It's really whatever you define it as. One of the ones we think of a lot is the attainment of wealth, position, honors, all that. A lot of people think that's success, and that may very well be success for you, but that is not what success is for everyone. So if you don't aspire to, live in a mansion with a garage with 13 cars, that's okay. That's just not your definition of success. For some of you, it is. So it is what you want it to be. So I just wanted to start there. All right. So I want you to picture yourself reaching success. Okay. What does that mean for you? What does that look like? So I will tell you, yes, that's me. This was a Halloween. These were Halloween costumes. Okay. We didn't really dress like this in real life. But success for me used to be just living. I did live on a farm and I raised goats and I kind of got to do my own thing. So that was my picture of success. And that was really good. For some of you, it is, living in the country and just having a peaceful life. It can be just having free time, just being able to relax. And I like to go a step further and say it's relaxing without feeling guilty. Because a lot of people get relaxed time, but as they're sitting there in the hammock, all they can think about is all the things they should be doing. Anybody relate to that? I actually, sometimes I'm really guilty of that. I'm like, I can't stop. I can't stop. I got to keep going. Yeah, that's a tough one to break if you're like that. Cool. All right. Or for some of you, it can be a short-term goal. Maybe you need a new car. This one is still on my list. My car, I realized yesterday, is really starting to fall apart, and my air conditioning is not blowing as cold as it used to. So I'm definitely got a new car on my list of short-term success goals. For some of you, it's a vacation. Is anybody letting themselves take a vacation this year? You notice how I phrased that. Cool. Some of you, yes, awesome. I love seeing that. Already took 2. Excellent. You guys, you've got to be able to, even if it's what we call a staycation where you don't go anywhere, you need to be able to shut off from your business for, at least 2 weeks a year. At least 2 weeks a year. You have to do it for sanity's sake. So good, good. You guys are writing me your plans. Ooh, just returned from 3 weeks in Scotland. Oh, I bet that was beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. But I know you have to have money to do these things, right? You not only have to have the money for the vacation, you have to have the money to support the time that your business is not going to be open, that you've got the close sign up on the door, or you have the money to pay somebody to manage things while you're gone. So, yep. How about a new house? This is my big goal right now. This is my big picture of success, is actually purchasing a home and being able to remodel it and make it exactly what I want it to be. Because we've rented, and that's had its perks, because if something bad goes wrong, we just make a phone call, right? But I'm really ready. I'm really ready to have the place that I don't have to get permission to paint the walls a silly color or remodel the kitchen or do what I want to do. So I'm ready for that. Some of you, it is saving for retirement, and that, I never really thought about that one a lot when I was younger, but I've started to think about that one now. I mean, me and hubby I will be 50 this year and he's in his 50s. So we're looking at that time frame going, there's not a whole bunch more years to be socking money away. So that's a definite concern, and I know that's a concern for a lot of people. And then, of course, paying the bills, right? Who doesn't think about paying the bills and not stressing when, well, if you're in Vegas, you're going to experience this if you have any size house, a $400 or $500 electric bill. That can be so stressful. And so even if you're debt-free, even if the only bills you have are your home and utilities or whatever that is, those are still bills coming in, and a lot of people stress really bad over opening those bills. I happily can say that's no longer the case for us. We've managed to get out of that doom and gloom. So I wanted to put it up there because I also want to tell you that the stuff I'm going to teach you today is not just about paying your bills, and I actually don't want that to be part of your definition of success. I want that to just be a benefit of success, and that it's just a given that it's going to include getting all the bills paid. So let's just get that one out of there, okay? Everybody needs to pay the bills. So that's why I said that's a given. But to really, really live, you need to go beyond paying the bills, right? To really feel successful, it isn't, I don't know anybody, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody listen to this, is there anybody who just feels successful because they pay the bills? Or do you pay the bills and then think about how the next month those bills are coming back again? Yeah, and some of you are saying just paying the bills is your definition of success, and I'm hoping to change that today. I want you to think bigger than that, and that the bills get paid and you can go bigger than that, okay? But here's the thing. Are you ready? So here is our first little assignment, because I have to ask you if you are really ready for success. And I want to really dig a little for this answer, because I will be right up front with you. Some of those things that I showed you, the vacations and the cars and the houses and all of that, is not going to come easy. There will be work to do. There will be a commitment to make, and it will take a little time. Okay? I mean, this is not, I don't give get rich quick, schemes and formulas and do this. And man, I have been to my share of webinars where they pump you all up about all this stuff you can have. Oh, and you're only going to have to work an hour a week. That's not me going to tell you that. I work really hard. I work really hard, but I also really enjoy what I'm doing. And I also have the flexibility to do the things that I need to do for my home and my family. So to me, that's success. And that is what I can share with you and give to you, not some get rich quick, totally easy thing. So if you're willing to to do a little work, to be committed, and to take some time to really put into your business, then I can totally 100% help you make this happen. Who's with me? Can you just write "I'm ready" in the question box there, and I'll know who's on board with me? And hard work, not 15 minutes a day. Sorry. Yay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, that's it. So now we're in the right mindset. You're ready. So here's your first little write on your pen and paper that you got out, and that is to define your definition of success. So I want you to write down, what does success look like for you? And I don't want you to just pay the bills, okay? So let's assume that the bills get paid. What is it beyond just paying the bills? And you can share with me or not, but I want you to have this for you, because it's really important to have this and to be able to get into a mindset to do the work. Otherwise, motivation goes right out the window. I'm telling you, it happens. I see it time and time again. I'll let you guys write for a minute. Also, you guys, if you don't set some sort of a vision and goal for yourself, and you go through all the motions, but you don't really know when you've achieved what you set out to achieve. And money doesn't fix everything. I mean, how many famous rich people do you see that seem to never have enough and never be happy? Oh, we see them all the time. That's because money doesn't accomplish things. The mailman must be here. You guys hear my dogs barking. Peanut! Peanut! Sorry, guys. I had to holler at the dog. So I want you guys to actually love what you're doing and not feel like you're working hard. I know you heard that. They go a little crazy when somebody's at the door. So if I didn't start with this part, if I didn't begin by telling you you need to set these steps in motion, then it would be irresponsible of me to go any further. Okay, so I just want to set this groundwork. Now, after you decide what success looks like for you, I want you to envision what will be different when you achieve this. So again, that kind of goes back to the house or the car or any of those things like we talked about before. And just kind of have a vision of what that is for you. You guys writing? Oh, I want an RV to travel also. Yes, got that. Oh, money definitely gives you more choices. Definitely gives you more choices. I'm not saying money is bad by any stretch, but I'm saying that it doesn't solve many of the problems because a lot of people will just create more bills with more money. Okay, so you guys all have those written down. So I want you to do one more thing. Decide what will life look like if you stay right where you're at today. What does that feel like? What does that look like if nothing changes? And I know there are people, I see it all the time on Facebook who are just struggling. And I don't know if that's you. There's a lot of people on this webinar, so I'm sure there's different levels of where you are. Anxiety attacks, yeah. Where's the rope? See, and that just, you guys, I want you not to be in that place anymore. And I have experienced the same thing, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've never been there. I have been there. I have been ready to quit. I have been ready to just run away, throw it all away. Yes, yes. So if you're ready for better, let's start jumping in to some of the things you need to do. All right. So are you self-employed or are you a business owner? So this is a little exercise I want to do because I too often hear online sellers call themselves self-employed. Yuck, okay? You are not self-employed. You're a business owner. So right now, I want you to fire yourself as an employee. Is everybody willing to do that? Like my little cartoon. An employee, are you, if you're self-employed, you're an employee with lousy pay, terrible benefits, and a maniac for a boss. Some of you are really relating to that. So fire yourself from self-employment, okay? Just fire yourself from that because you are a business owner. And let me tell you why that is a very, very important mindset shift. So when you think of yourself as self-employed, then you are the product. Your services, skills, expertise, all of that becomes the product. Even if you're selling pies, then they're your pies. You're very emotionally attached to every feedback, every question, every marketing attempt. Everything becomes a measure and representation of your personal value. And that leads to your self-esteem and self-worth being totally linked to every failure and success in your business. And that is very stressful. So as a result, what happens is you find yourself unwilling to take risks, unwilling to ask for higher prices, unwilling to charge what you're worth. Because if the answer is no, that means you're not worth it. And that's a very painful place to be. But if you're the business owner and the product is the product, you will be free to test ideas, try things, experiment, and discover what will work for your business and what won't, and get ideas from other people. Basically, you know, have a sounding board and a boardroom to go over things and make decisions. Because then every failure is just something that didn't work. It's not a measure of your value. So real quick, everybody needs to do this. I want everyone to declare right now, type in the question box, I am a business owner. Make it so, Obi-Wan. And as you do that, I'm going to let you know that what you're doing is you are freeing yourself to make this whole online selling business work. Yay, you guys are all declaring it. Don't go back. Don't go back after this. If you do nothing else, start thinking of yourself very strongly as a business owner. It puts you in a whole different realm than most people who are out there working in their business online. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Okay, so now let's talk about working on your business versus working in your business. Who knows the difference? Anybody kind of figure out how those two things are very, very different? You guys are typing like crazy. So yes, planning rather than doing. That's one of them. Dawn of Declutter with Diva Dawn likes to call some of these things pretend to work, PTW. We're all very good at those things. Very, very good. Yeah, vision, creativity, planning, and then doing is the busy work. Yep, in your business. Yep. Okay, so I made a list of all the things that I could think of that an online seller needs to be doing. Sourcing, photography, photo editing, listing titles, descriptions, research, pricing, shipping, customer follow-up, social marketing, email marketing, customer support, accounting, inventory management, removing price tags. Ooh, who loves that? Not. Cleaning used merchandise, processing shipments, adding products, blog writing, accounts payable. Are you guys exhausted? But yet, how many of you are doing these very things every single day in your business and feeling like you're never getting ahead? Yeah, yeah. You show me a very successful company that's doing everything with one person. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. So now I'm not telling you go out and hire somebody tomorrow. I'm not telling you to go spend money on a VA, but you need to know the direction you want to go and how you're going to get there. And one of those is to start looking at the things that you yourself should really, really be paying attention to. Because there's parts of your business that are making you money, and there's parts of your business that are just the work that has to be done so that you can keep doing the things that make you money. Does that make sense, guys? So this is what I like to do. I like to make a list of all these things, and I'm happy to share this slide with you guys afterwards, so if you want to just copy from my list. But you take your list of items, and the first thing, start becoming aware of the things that you know make you money. I will show you my list. So the dollar signs are the things that truly are what make me the money in my business. Sourcing, because I'm the one picking out the good products. The research, because I know how to find the information I need to bring more value to those items. And the pricing, and believe it or not, the customer follow-up is a really big moneymaker, because that's where you do an upsell. That's where you can add on products to an order. Social marketing, email marketing, and then the smiley faces, which is the next important step. So the smiley faces are the things that you love doing. Or maybe you don't love them, but you're just really, really good at them. We'll go with that too. Yes, I will share this list with all of you who have registered for this. So when you have items that have both the dollar sign and the smiley face, those are like the no-brainers that you do not want to let go of, right? Because if you love what you're doing, you're going to do more of it. You're going to be motivated. And then especially if they're the money-making things, that's going to be really, really good. So start looking at those other things that didn't get the marks. And that's where you start with looking at what can you delegate. And maybe that is a VA, which is a virtual assistant. And you can find those at places like Upworks. There are numerous VA companies now that actually train the VAs in a lot of the e-commerce pieces, and you, the international VAs are still around $5 to $6 an hour, so totally affordable for building your business. And eventually you may want to work up to having your own employee. Um, Many of you know Matt Pinkish, who is in the Niche to Profit Facebook group, and he's also one of my Appsters. He's just hired 2 of them, and he's growing his business by leaps and bounds. So it's really something you want to aspire to if you're looking to grow a very profitable business. For me, I'm just going to use this definition because this is my niche client, is someone who aspires to have a 6-figure sales business. Okay, so that's where I go with this terminology. You really have to get help to get there, or have family helping you. You cannot do it all yourself. You will go crazy trying to do it all yourself. Okay? Some of you are trying to write this all down, so yes, I will share the list with you. But really, I want you to look at your day-to-day work and know where you're spending your time and energy, because you may have different things that are not on this list that also should be noted that you're spending time on. Okay? All right. So let's set some goals now. So first, you need to know what your monthly sales revenue is. And you don't need to share that with me, but I want you to put that down on your piece of paper. Now, if you don't know this number, before you do anything else, you need to get a handle on this aspect of your business. That knowing what your monthly sales revenue is so important, because if you don't know what that is, you are flying by the seat of your pants, and you don't know how much money you have to go to that auction or to that yard sale and spend money. It has to be based on your revenue. That's called cash flow. That's where a lot of sellers get into trouble. So can I just see if anybody brave enough to admit that they don't know what that number is? There's no judgment here. That's why I am here to help you get a handle on this, because that would be the place to start if you don't have that number. Some of you? Okay. Now you guys know I am not a numbers person. I do not like keeping track of numbers and all that. So I had to have something really, really stupid simple for me. And I put this into place. It's been almost a year now. And I took a Google spreadsheet, and as I brought things in to sell, I first had to put them on the spreadsheet. So I had to log the date I purchased it, what the item was, what I paid for it, how many of them there was, and then when the item sold, I updated the spreadsheet with the sale price and the date of sale. So now everything I buy gets logged in. I have a running total of how much I have in inventory, and I also can see how long things are taking to sell, which gives me the information to know how much more of those type items I can afford to buy if they're long tail, short tail, that sort of thing. And then I'm also keeping track of a running total of my gross sales. And what I mean by gross sales is that's before you take out the fees and the shipping and all of that. You need to know what your gross number is, okay? Everything else is an expense. So that's the basics. Just get the basics down, if nothing else, because that's going to make it possible for you to grow your business and know where you can spend money on your business. That's a super important step. Yeah, and so some of you are like, yeah, but I don't have time to go back and do, and I was the same way. I struggled with that because I'm kind of an OCD control freak kind of person. I wanted it all perfect. And it was kind of jostled into my brain, just start today. Just start today. And here I am a year from now, and I've got a huge amount of data and information in my business I didn't have before. And I have such a better handle on things. Yep. And it saves time in the end. Yeah. And it will make your tax person really, really happy too. Yeah, because, okay, so how many of you have unlisted inventory? Just kind of give me a yes. Yeah, lots of you. Okay, Do you know how much money you have tied up in that unlisted inventory? Too much. Yeah. So you need to know that too. You need to know how much you have laying in that pile over there that's keeping you from making more money. Okay? This is smart. Remember, you're a business owner now. So now you need to start running things like a business owner. Yep. All right. Good job, you guys. Like I said, hey, there's no judgment here. I totally understand it. That's why I'm doing this, because I've gone through it and I've come out the other end and it's really exciting. Okay. Okay. So now the next step is to decide what you want your monthly sales revenue to be. So you start with what it is now. And if you don't know exactly what it is now, you can probably take a little guess. I mean, if you're, under 1,000, over 1,000, 5,000, give it a rough guess. And then decide how much more do you want it to be. And remember, don't be afraid to pick a big number, because the sky really is the limit in this business. It goes back to your definition of success and how bad do you want it? How ready are you to do the work? Because the bigger the number, obviously, the more work there is to do and the more things to put into place. Good. All right, you guys got those written down? We're going to move along here. Still got lots to cover. Okay, now here's the next question I'm going to ask you. Can you write a brief description of your business? Like, what would you tell someone in an elevator in 30 seconds or less if they asked, what is your business? Do you guys know what that is? And this really goes into what we're going to talk about next, which is brand, marketing. Yep. So you say you're a reseller, but what about your business? Not just that your online retail sales, but can you truly define what that is? Some men's clothing, specialty gifts. Need to work on that? Well, that's what you're here for. Online vintage treasure gallery. Ooh, I like that. Sell vintage items online. Okay. Cool. Well, we have some work to do, don't we? Now, you're going to see the next question is, what is your niche? And so those who have not heard me speak on this before, I have a little bit of a twist to the definition when it comes to eBay sellers. So generally a niche is known as a very, very tight corner of the market. And it can be like one or two products. And when a lot of people hear niche, they think it's a very limiting thing, like, oh my gosh, I can only sell X, So this is what I've come up with that works really well for online sellers, and that is your niche is not about the products, it is about the people you sell them to. So you can sell a variety of items that all work together for a particular customer. So it's really about defining who that customer is and then deciding which products fit them. And then, for instance, if you look at Utterly Good Stuff, I sell a big variety of items, but they're organized in such a way that I am appealing to a niche customer who is a homeowner, who's a bit eccentric, has income over 100,000 per year, and loves to have people talk about their home. That's my niche. So I get things that are conversation pieces, that are things that will be a little pretentious or wacky or cool, and I show them which room it'll go in. That's how I've defined my niche in the market. You guys are kind of writing here. Your customer is the stupid rich. That's a good customer to have. Would you like me to show you how you get more of them to your site? That's what we're going to talk about next. Uh, so yeah, that's really what niche does, is makes all the rest of what we're going to talk about so much easier. And again, if you don't have one defined yet, don't worry. We're going to get you there. All right. So niche is important because if you don't know who, I'm sorry, how do you know who your customer is? Who your competition is? Oh my gosh, I can tell you I can talk. How do you know who your competition is if you have not defined who you are? There we go. I don't know why that was such a tongue twister. So without a niche market, you are competing against every other seller who has the same or similar product for sale. And that's what eBay's become lately, because there's so many people coming onto the market now, and they find the stuff at the same type of places we find it at the thrift stores and the yard sales and the auctions. So you have to come up with something that's going to make you truly set apart from all of those other people. So you can have a record store and not really have to compete with all the record store, with all the record sellers out there, uh, because you become a specialist in it, and you start attracting the right customer to you, and they won't be seeking and searching for those other stores. They're going to become your customer, right? That's kind of how it works. So we come up with a niche by discovering a problem that we can solve or a need that we fulfill. And a lot of people just concentrate on the problem, and I don't think everything is seen as a problem. Like, I'm not really solving a problem with my niche, but I am fulfilling a need. The need to have people love coming over to your house. The need to have something that people talk about when they come to your house. So that's an emotional need of people. Whether they realize it or not, it is. So there's a lot of problems that need to be solved out there, as well as needs that need to be fulfilled. And when you go that direction, people don't look at the price as much as the value, right? It's about the value, not the price. Now, you can't go crazy with pricing, but you can certainly not have to sell on price and race to the bottom, which that just drives me crazy. And that's why I'm not an Amazon seller. I'm an Amazon seller, but barely. Because I cannot stand that whole race to the bottom mentality. I just can't do it. It's a not a good path to go. It's turning everybody into overworked Walmart type sellers, in my opinion. So we're not going there. There's a better way to do this, which is what I'm showing you here. All right, so buying is emotional. Okay, so tap into your feelings as I share the next few pictures with you, okay? So I'm going to flash a picture, and you tell me the feeling you get from it. Just real quick, first thing that comes, come on. I'm getting awes. Relaxed, cute, aw, lazy, cute, 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 relaxed, comfy. Yeah, it gives you kind of the warm fuzzies, right? Okay, how about this one? I don't want to just cater to the cat people here. Warm and fuzzy, yes. Adorable, precious, yes. Okay, how about this one? Yeah, those are mine. So it is a well-known fact that using baby animals and babies and children is extremely good for marketing. Why? Because they strike up an emotion in us. They just make us take a second look, feel not sold to, get the warm fuzzies. So, and I just wanted you to kind of see what you were feeling as I played those. Now, let's go to some other feelings. Do you think this is an emotional purchase for someone? Oh yeah, the women are saying, yeah. Yeah, those brand designer shoes and purses, come on. It's not, I may get some flack on this one. It is not the actual construction of the shoe or purse that is making them worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. It is not. I can guarantee you there are some that are just as good without the brand name. But why do people want the designer? Oh, they want status because they want to feel what? They want to feel important. Thank you. Yes, that is an emotional need. That makes people spend money. Yes, 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 yes. It's powerful. It's really powerful. Okay, now for the guys on here, hello. I mean, this probably seems a bit more appealing to you than, say, a smart car, right? Unless you're really, really, really about, going green, saving the earth, and then the smart car is going to be the choice that you pick. Why? Again, emotion. Emotion. I'm sorry, that was very sexist of me to say that was only for the guys. Point taken. Yeah. Who doesn't want a sexy, good-looking, powerful car? Yes. Where's the vet? Where's the Corvette? Yeah. Okay. So how many of you think that this is an emotional purchase? Don't think so? Ah. So when you go to pick out your brand of, and I think we're looking at like cottage cheese or butter or something there. Let's call it cottage cheese. So there's what, about 10 different brands in front of you. How are you deciding on which one to buy? Some of you it'll be price for sure. Oh, some of you are actually calling out brands that you already love. Imagine that. Why do you love that brand? Taste, past experience, old home, taste, familiarity. Okay, so you've said all those things. Now let's think about that. What does that do for you? What does good taste mean? What does familiarity mean? Remember, think emotion. Comfort, peace, comfort, 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 comfort. Okay, I'm getting lots of comfort. So that is filling a need for you to feel comfortable about the choice of the food that you're going to put in your mouth. So it's absolutely an emotional purchase. I just wanted to point that out. And here's an exercise for you. The next time you're out shopping anywhere and you need to make a decision on something, tap into what you're feeling as you look at the different brands. I mean, if all things created equal and it's just about price, then it's just about price, and that's a commodity product and there are no differences. But those are few and far between. For the most part, you're picking based on some sort of need you need to fulfill or problem you need to solve. It's a very, very interesting thing to really start becoming aware of. Now, I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to play a commercial for you guys. So let's cross fingers that this works. All right. Now, as you're watching this, I want you to think about the customer that they are trying to reach. Oh, you guys couldn't hear the sound. Well, that's that's not good. That's not good. Okay, duly noted. Okay, well, let's say you couldn't hear the sound and you just watched that. And I don't know why there's a Friskies thing showing up next. But you watched that, and so young mothers, okay, young mothers, no smell, eco-friendly. So the problem they solve is what? Oh, safe. Yes, safety. So can they charge more for that? Absolutely. Absolutely. That goes beyond price. The value now is, how do we know it's a safer paint? How do we know? We don't. They told us. We told us, and we believed them enough to go try it and pay the price. Now, hopefully, they practice what they're putting out there. But yeah, but they're marketing on your emotions. So I think you guys have probably seen this next commercial. So this will be, let me just see if I can do something to get some sound with this. This is called Fixing Things on the Fly. Because I heard it through my speaker, so hopefully I can hold this up and you can hear it.
When Sprint told us that they'd cut our Verizon bill in half, we were like, why?
And they were all to save you money on your rate plan, and I was like, why?
And then Sprint was like, so you can spend money on stuff you want, but we have all the stuff. We're rich.
Where are we even going?
A basketball game.
Sports.
Some people are stupid rich. For the rest of us, there's Sprint. Bring in your Verizon or AT&T bill, turn in your old phone, and we'll cut your rate plan in half. Switch now, and we'll pay whatever it costs for you to come to Sprint.
Okay, so who was the target for that one? Yeah, it wasn't a rich person, was it? It was pretty much those resentful of the rich. That did not paint rich people in a very good light at all. Yeah, people who want to save money, frugal. That is exactly who they were. And I will dare to say it was the younger crowd, in case you didn't notice. Okay, I've got one more for you. Let's see if this one works.
Boys?
Stop less, go more. The Passat TDI Clean Diesel with up to 814 highway miles per tank. Just one reason Volkswagen is the #1 selling diesel car brand in America.
Okay, who are they appealing to? They're appealing to moms. Absolutely dealing with moms and moms of boys, apparently. But yeah, what a great commercial. The commercial entertained you, but also connected with you on an emotional basis, because if you have ever raised a troop of boys, you absolutely know what that was all about. Okay. So really, I saw some of you saying you don't watch commercials anymore, all that, and I want to challenge you to try to watch some commercials and decide who the target customer is. And then if you're watching a show and then you see the commercials that are played during that show, kind of tap in to go, oh yeah, they got that right. That's the target for the show. Because if you watch sports and you're a woman, you're not really the target market, because it's not usually the women watching the sports. So they're kind of doing the commercials that appeal to the guys, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay, so let's use that. You watch Hoarders. What kind of commercials are they playing? So I tell you what, I bet the Container Store is a good one if they put a commercial in there. All right, so let's keep going. I'm going to get a little control panel out of the way here. You can't see anything but blue, but now you should be able to see something other than blue. So let's talk about why brand is important and what brand does for you. So everybody know? Yeah, see, I don't even have, there's no word. I don't have to say what product. Did you guys notice it's not a product? This is just their packaging. So without even knowing what's in that box, what can you say about what's in that box? What do you think? Expensive? nice item, elegant. Yeah, it's Tiffany's. For those who don't know, this is the little Tiffany's blue box. So this is from Tiffany's 2015 financial report. This is a direct quote from their financial report. The brand is the single most important asset of Tiffany's. There is absolutely nothing more important to Tiffany's than its brand. And what if I told you Tiffany did $4.2 billion in sales in 2015 with, get this, 0 paid marketing or advertising? 0. They don't have to. They have established their brand. People talk about the brand. You guys knew who that little box was from. Didn't matter what was in it. You get a gift from Tiffany's, you know it's special. You know it's special because you know that that person spent some money on you. Yeah. So can you guys name some other brands that don't need to advertise? Campbell's, Coke, Neiman Marcus, Nike, Coca-Cola, Rolls-Royce, Starbucks, Macy's, Rolex, Harley-Davidson, Mercedes, Avon. Yeah, those are like, did you know Krispy Kreme donuts is another one? Krispy Kreme donuts does no advertising. Costco, GoPro, none of them pay for advertising. They really, really established a brand, which is why brand is so important. And it's also why it can make you stand out amongst all the others out there. Now, are there other companies who sell elegant gifts? Of course. Are there other companies that sell coffee? Yes. Does Starbucks feel like they're in competition with every other coffee brand? No. That's what brand does for you. Brand is not just colors, logos, all that good stuff. It is your position in the marketplace, okay? That's what's really important, is where you stand. And perceived value is the result of a strong brand. So let's dig in a little more on what brand is. So brand is all the touch points, the things that connect with the buyers and remind them of why the brand serves them. So that's why it's so important to define who it is that you're going to serve, who it is you're going to solve that problem for or fill that need for, because then everything you do is it's a reminder to them of what your brand does for them. So clear positioning is what the brand will do for you, so that it makes it why you are different from your competitors out there. And then a key message, your core message that connects to the customer. And we don't even know that we're being given this message from a lot of brands. So, okay, so somebody mentioned Nike. So what is Nike's core message? It's also their tagline, by the way. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. What is that like? What does that make you feel like when you hear that? It's like Nike is for the people who are ready to go take it on, right? That's it. Yes, absolutely. Athletic, exercise, health, yes. So they've done a really good job of positioning themselves as the shoe that is for the person who's like a go-getter and athletic, right? I want to just touch a minute on, you hear brand and branding. And I want to just explain really quick what the difference is. So one is a marketing tool and the other is an action. So branding is about defining, and the brand is a thing. So one's a noun and one's a verb. So the brand is the noun, branding is the verb. Does that make sense to you guys? Your brand is a result of your branding efforts. Good. Okay. I just wanted to make that clear because a lot of people think their brand is the logo and the colors, um, and all of that stuff. And that's not. That is part of your branding, because a company can be a brand and go through a rebranding, just like eBay just did recently. They changed their logo, they changed their message out to the consumer and the seller, but they didn't change their brand. All right. So now let's talk a little bit about marketing. Now, marketing can get a little messy. There is a lot of spaghetti marketing going on out there. And what I mean by that is doing stuff, and I'm going to say that I know a lot of you are doing this. You wake up in the morning, you go, oh my gosh, I should do a Facebook post today. Oh, you know what? I'm going to boost that post. Anybody want to confess to being guilty on that one? Kind of just throwing some stuff out there, you know, trying some stuff, maybe running a sale. Oh gosh, it didn't get any results. Oh man. All right. That's a little bit of spaghetti marketing you got going on out there. Okay? So once you have your brand and you've defined its position, then you need to get the word out, but you need to do this in a very structured way. Ooh, structure, that's like one of those scary words. It's not as scary as you think. It actually is very freeing when you put this in place. I want to share a fun little story that kind of defines marketing for you. So if a young man tells his date she's intelligent, looks lovely, and is a great conversationalist, he's saying the right things to the right person, that's marketing. If the young man tells his date how handsome, smart, and successful he is, that's advertising. If someone else tells the young woman how handsome, smart, and successful her date is, that's public relations. I just like that little story. So the first part of that is marketing, is where you are saying the right things to the right person. And that requires some planning because you want a flow in what you're saying. You don't want to say one thing one day and something completely different the next day that has no cohesiveness to what you said before. So it's basically starting over again every time. If you get the right marketing plans in place, everything builds on each other. And remember, it takes, gosh, it used to be 7 touches. Now it's like 13 touches before somebody actually takes the action to come and buy something from you. So they may click over to your store. They may sign up for your newsletter. They might like your Facebook page, come back for a few posts, but really there's a something in there that triggers them to buy, and we don't quite know when and where that's going to happen, but we can definitely make it better odds that it's going to happen if we do this in a very planned way. Okay, and that we're talking to that person. And remember, buying is an emotional experience. So the more you're connecting with people, the more they are feeling they can trust you, or that they know you, or you're. Remember, you guys said with the cottage cheese that you purchased because of familiarity. What creates familiarity? That's a hard word to say. Yeah, people get familiar by seeing, reading, hearing, and then ultimately experiencing. And then what happens when they experience? They come back for more. They come back for more. And then you're not a stranger anymore. That's why when this is effective, you don't just get a one-time customer. You don't want one-time customers. You want lifetime fans of your brand. You want them to come back over and over and over again. Okay. Now, marketing requires planning. Otherwise, it is just that spaghetti marketing where you're throwing it out there to see what sticks. You need to know, when are you going to run a sale? Why are you running the sale then? Who are you going to market to? What will that email say when you market to them? Or what will that Facebook ad campaign say? There's a lot of people who will teach you actually how to run the Facebook ads, how to run all that. They don't help you with what do you actually put in that ad that connects with your customer. And that is really the piece I want to fill today, because that's the missing piece for a lot of you. You're boosting a post and doing all the stuff, but the message is not completely clear there. So you need to have everything mapped out so you can analyze the results, because that's where you start learning what worked, what didn't. If you don't have that information, and it's just kind of out there and you looked and maybe a couple sales came in, you don't really have anything to go with for the next campaign. And when I say campaign, I like planning 6 months out. 6 months to me is a good campaign. You have to, again, get those touches in front of people, have it all connected, deal with their emotions, and then ultimately have them buy. When you have that in place, you will be amazed at the results and how people come back over and over. And they'll start asking you for the coupons. Like they saw a coupon once and they're going to send you a message going, hi, you know what? I had this coupon once and I didn't use it. And now you've got people interacting and wanting to come shop with you. Okay, so let me just ask you, how many of you have a marketing campaign calendar or some sort of a way that you keep track of your marketing? Some of you do. Yay! I'm not surprised it's an Appster. All right, good for you. Yes, 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 yes. I'm reading your comments, guys. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so how many of you may not have a marketing campaign plan, but you do regular promotions and boost posts and run ads in your social media? Okay, more of you. Okay. And the last question is, how many of you have an email list that you market to? There is such a hidden gold mine in this piece with eBay, especially that I'm going to say most sellers are not doing anything with, and that's once you sell something to a customer, guess whose customer they are? They are yours. Guess what? You can email them outside of eBay. I'm not saying use the eBay newsletter tool. Way too limited. You can develop your own. You can start talking to your own customers and now have those customers come back because you followed up. Remember, customer follow-up was on my list of money makers. Why? Because sometimes I will get on the phone. If I sell an expensive piece of glass, let's say, because I do sell a lot of glass, I can get that customer's phone number usually. A lot of times they don't give it, but it's in the contact through eBay thing. You can request that. I will call that customer and follow up with them. And then I ask them this question. Is this something you collect or that you would be looking for more of in the future that you'd like me to let you know of before I list it on eBay? Ah, it works really, really well. Really well. I have actually picked up dealers who live in other states who have purchased from me, who I never even have to list those really good items on eBay. You see, you know what? The American Pickers, you guys have all watched them. How many times do they already know the customer that they're going to sell an item to before they've even picked it? That's the power of this, you guys. You don't have to give eBay a cut. They're your customer now. You get the email address as soon as they pay you with PayPal. You have their name, their email, their address, and a lot of times their phone number. And if you want to call them, you can get that information directly through eBay. You betcha. Does that sound exciting to anybody, or is that a little bit terrifying? Because I can tell a little bit of the energy in the comments coming through has gone down a little bit. There's probably some overwhelm going on. Some of you are going, this sounds like a lot of work, all that stuff. Yeah. So remember we talked about in the beginning how many things there are to do in order to run your business and be successful? Mm-hmm. So this is where I find most online entrepreneurs are getting stuck, is it's all of those things you need to do are so overwhelming. You stay doing exactly what you've always done and you put off the work. You just don't do it because, you know what, I'm getting some sales. It's all good, right? So this is also what absolutely breaks my heart, because I see a lot of stores out there that have put some of these pieces together. Maybe you've niched, but you haven't done any of the marketing pieces. And it's like the potential is sitting right there in front of you. So it just kills me to see this, because follow through is where it's at. And so if no action is taken, then there is no going to that next step. And then you're just going to the next sale, and to the next sale, and to the next sale. And comfortable and complacent. Yep, exactly. Right. So how many of you kind of resonate with this? It all feels like a priority. I don't know which to do first. And that can also get you stuck. Does that sound familiar for anyone? Yeah, it's, you make the list and you go, okay, well I'm just going to go back again to the comfortable. And for some of you, that's just, listing more stuff. For some of you, that's going out and shopping. For some of you, it's organizing or researching or doing something that makes you feel like you're productive, but it doesn't really get you where you ultimately want to go. That place we defined at the beginning of this webinar is what success looks like. The busy work, exactly. You get stuck in the busy work and you start working in your business instead of on your business. Yes. So you're probably going like, where do I start? Now, the where do you start could be different for each one of you, depending on what you've already put into place, how far you've gone in your business, and what your goals are, right? So what if you had someone who could lead you step by step through the process of really defining your niche, building your brand, and helping you get your marketing in place, and not just the how do I put a post on Facebook type work, but the actual what do I put in that post? What do I say to these people? And somebody just said, I wouldn't know what to say if I got on the phone. What if you had those pieces? What if you didn't have to sit there and feel overwhelmed because you had a system that helped you know what was the next piece you needed to do to build your brand? Does that sound good? Because I know it isn't, a lot of times it isn't about knowing what to do in your business. It's about knowing what to do next or even first. I totally get that. I have been there. So I have put something together for you guys that I think you'll be really excited about. It is the Niche to Success system. And it is going to be where I will be walking you through finding your niche if you don't have one, really looking at your niche and making sure it is targeting the right group. If you already have one and it needs some fine-tuning, it is developing an actual brand, not just a logo and colors and all that, but really a standout amongst all the competition out there. Be the next Tiffany's. I truly believe if you really want to build a brand as strong as Tiffany, there is nothing stopping you. That's the possibilities here. Or if you just want to get to where, you're making an extra couple $1,000s a month because your brand is standing out better, we can do that too. we're going to come up with creative, effective marketing, not just the spaghetti marketing stuff. And we're going to grow your sales in a way that will bring consistency and having you feel more in control of your income, not this, these big fluctuations of being terrified because all of a sudden you feel like you're in the rolling blackout of eBay. And I don't believe in rolling blackouts, by the way, but I know there's a lot of that talk out there where you feel like they just shut you off. Well, guess what? With this system, if eBay, let's just suppose they did have these rolling blackouts. If that were true and they just shut you off from showing up in search, this system overcomes that. You don't lose your customers. You don't lose your sales because you're in control of your marketing. Does that sound good? Yes, yes, yes. I know. I hate that people feel like eBay is in control. They're not. They work for you. They're a venue. They're just the shopping cart and the place that you store your images and your descriptions. They are not your business. Okay? You have total control over your business. So this is a system that can change you from living sale to sale, and it will make you smile when you see how much easier it makes your selling life. So yes, we've talked about it being work, but guess what? It all works together. So while it's work, it flows, and you know how much to spend on marketing versus listing versus all the other things that you need to do. You can now organize that time better and not be feeling like everything's kind of a desperate attempt to bring in another customer to get another sale to pay the next bill. And this is what makes it possible for you to take that vacation and buy that house or car and feel peaceful about your money. So now you're going, oh my gosh, what's it going to cost me? Yes, there is a price. And I have made this as affordable as I possibly can. I originally was going to do this for a $997, and I wanted to absolutely get as many people to this path of not feeling like they're controlled by their online life anymore. I'm getting some funny comments. But so I can already tell some of you are going, oh, I don't have it. Oh, so I've made it even easier for you. How about it's just 97 bucks. That's it. That's the only decision today. And that gets you through the first 30 days of starting to put this all in place so that the sales start increasing, and then you can make the $97 payments to make that work. So if you want to, if you're ready to sign up, you go to nichebrandcell.com, nichebrandcell.com. And I want to share with you, because you are here watching this, first let me just handle some of these right now because I'm already getting the comments in here, and you notice I already put it in the PowerPoint because I knew this was going to come. If you are saying I can't afford it, if you don't have an extra $97 a month, then that is exactly why you need to do this. This is the way so that you never have to say, I can't afford it again. Okay, this at $97, that gets me to help you get the first part, and we will work and do what we need to do immediately, personalized to where you are in your business, okay, whatever that means, so that you can make the money to afford the rest of this. All right, so here's the next one. I'm not techie. I can't figure out how to do these ads and stuff, and I'm going to tell you, I am the least techie person that I know. Okay, I have to go ask for help all the time, but that's the beauty of it, is I have enormous resources, people that are going to be part of this to help you guys and walk you through some of the technical parts. I'm already feeling overwhelmed, and I will tell you, overwhelm is an emotion that comes on that can also be an avoidance. of knowing that we need to do something and maybe just not being motivated enough. And that's fine. If your definition of success does not overcome your feeling overwhelmed, then this may not be right for you. This is not right for everybody. Remember, I am looking for those sellers who are really ready to take this to that next place and build their brand online. Okay, so again, it's $497 if you pay it all up front, or you can do a payment plan that is $97 down and $97 per month for 5 months, okay? And how about this? Because I believe so strongly in this system that I have developed, and I have success stories to back it up, I will do a money-back guarantee, because there is no doubt in my mind that if you do the work and you follow through and do the steps, you're not going to look back. That $500 is going to turn into $5,000. Okay, that's why we call it an investment, and it's not just a fee or a cost, because it is something that when you invest, it will result in a return. So let me just share with you. I talked about Matt before. This is actually, Matt wrote this to me not too long ago. He's worked with me for a while now, and he says, before Danni, eBay was a place that I made a little money. I sold some purses, shoes, some Elmos, along with his mower parts. And we looked at his business, and I spotted those mower parts, and we developed his niche, we developed his brand, and then he says, the biggest thing now is that I can do so much more, so much faster. He says, I just looked at April and I had 444 sales. I don't have replenishables. Those are pretty much all individual listings. By the way, he has a very low ASP, average selling price, a lot of, even under $10 items. So he says, before Danni, tax time meant that I got money back, and now I owe. And by the way, guys, that is a good thing. If you owe money, that means you made money. He says, I really didn't think that this niche thing was the right move. Looks like I was wrong. I've said it many times before. I work my off. I had to use this quote here, but I'm so much happier now, and I love the new freedom of schedule. Thank you. And he's on his way to a 6-figure year with following this system. Gary and Sharon Plinus, Funsational Finds. They have worked with me about a year on their brand, and they rebranded to focus on fun products. And it's a business that she and Sharon wrote this. So she says that my husband and I both run full-time as our only source of income, and we've been working hard at our brand on social media. We've seen this hard work pay off and have increased our sales year over year, and now they're doing subscription boxes. So we've taken them into a whole nother level of the e-commerce world. We've got Beth Kelly of Busy Bethy. Many of you know Beth. Now, last year I did something called the Danni App Marketing System, and Beth was one of the participants there. And she sent me this nice email that said she learned how to figure out who her customer is, figured out who she was and who she wanted to be, figured out how to direct merchandise to buyers, learned the importance of a website, how to create one, learn the importance of a newsletter and how to develop one. I hope you guys are all on her newsletter, even if you don't want to buy clothing. She is such an amazing example of how this works and serves you well in keeping in front of your customers. She's learned to organize her day, learn to appreciate the customer and provide excellent customer service, and you can read the list there. Now, what's really exciting is that both Matt and Beth will be in, we have a private Facebook group with this, because I haven't even told you what you actually get yet, but we have a private Facebook group, and Beth and Matt are going to be in there as mentors and people who have gone through this system and have made it work, and they're going to be in there to answer your questions and help you as well. And I'm going to throw in a bonus. And there's been a couple of people who have been emailing and asking me about doing private coaching, and I made them wait until this because anyone who signs up today, I'm going to throw in 2 private coaching sessions. That's something that is a $600 value, guys. I do very, very little private coaching anymore because time is just so valuable. So that's why I like the group thing, but I am going to do 2 very personal private coaching sessions to help you get on track. So this makes it a really good option if you are one of those people who's been asking for some time to coach with me at a much, much reduced price, because you get this whole thing for less than those coaching sessions would cost. And the first 5 who sign up, because I love to see people make decisions, take quick action, I'm going to do a full e-commerce business review as well, and those are $197 on their own. So I want to now open up for questions that you might have on any of the things that we've gone over and talked about. Oops, there we go. Hitting the wrong buttons. Can you use PayPal? Absolutely. Yeah, you'll see there's option for both credit card or PayPal. You bet. Now, something else. If you took the marketing system last year and you would like to do this, you do get a substantial discount on getting in on this system. So if you're interested, just send me a message and I will give you the promo code for that. Okay. Is this a level higher than the info that you already given us, or is it a review of what we've already learned? Are you referring to last year's marketing system, Patricia? Danny, I do not have, if you're having troubles with this, message me, let's talk outside of the webinar. Obviously, I cannot share that promo code on here, or everyone would have that promo code. So for those of you who did the marketing system last year, I will tell you it is a very, very substantial discount. So just send me a message and we can talk about it. It's not the same as the marketing system. Obviously, we're going to be covering some of the same information because a lot of those things apply. This is a deeper dive. This is me helping you come up more with what that messaging looks like, help you fine-tune the emails that you send out if you do the email marketing, the Facebook advertising, not just how to do that, but what to say, what works for your particular customer that you're trying to target. So we're gonna do a much more personal look at what you personally need to do. It's more like a mastermind, as well as with the teaching. So it just occurred to me, I never went through what you were going to actually get in this. Like, hold on one second, and I am going to show you. Since I didn't put it in a slide, I need to actually pull up the screen. Ta! I can do that. One second, guys. Ah! Oh, wait, well, it helps if I type it wrong. Niche brand. Okay, let me just share my screen with you. So when you go over to the nichebrandcell.com page, you will see there you are going to, yeah, I still didn't put it in here, did I? So obviously we're going to define your niche. That's the first step. We have to define your niche. And then we build your brand so that you're set apart from the other sellers out there. And then we put your marketing plan into place, and not just put a marketing plan into place, but I'm going to make sure you implement it. So there's going to be the accountability factor. You're going to set revenue goals. We're going to work with your numbers to know Now, when it comes to, am I ready to hire a VA for this, to know if that really makes sense? Because you have to make sure that you get a return on your investment. I don't want you spending money that you're not going to make money on. So that's super important. So we're going to be doing that. And then, of course, we're going to have the private Facebook group where you will have ongoing daily help from me, and Beth and Matt will be in there, as well as everyone else who's going through the process. So you'll have like a test group and your sounding board for things before you put them out there publicly, so we can fine tune and make sure that they actually result in more sales. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Says she loved the presentation, made sense. I always want to make sure that you guys leave with, even if this is not for you and you don't sign up for the success system, that you got something out of this that you can go and implement in your business and make things better. Some of you are not ready for this, and you know what? There is no shame in that. That's totally fine. Please do make sure that you stay in touch over in the Niche to Profit Facebook group. And as you do things, tag me and ask me. I'm happy to help on things over there. So the promo code is only for those who took the marketing system last year. So you'll be getting a separate email from me with the promo code for that. You got it. Any other questions, guys? So it's 6 weeks. So each week we get together for another webinar where we go into your business, we look, we'll screen share, we'll do all those things as a group together. So we'll have a weekly, I call it a call, just for ease sake, but we'll get together each week, and then it will be ongoing in the Facebook group. And some people don't complete things in the 6 week. They need more time. So you always have access to go back and review whatever lesson we were on. You always have the ability to tag us later, either myself or Beth or Matt, and ask questions and get feedback on something. Like, even if we're on week 6 and you're just now doing the work for week 1, you're still able to go at your own pace and do that and get the help that you need. How long is the payment offer good for? We're going to be starting, I guess I should give you the start date. The start date of this is set right now for, I'm pulling up my calendar, because I have a grandbaby coming, so it's making things a little difficult. June 30th. So we're going to start June 30th will be the first webinar session. So you can get in anytime between now and then. Yay! Raina is going to take the system. I'm so excited to work with you, Raina. I will send out an email to those of you who are asking that took the marketing system last year. As soon as I'm done with this, I am going to send you an email with your promo code information with your discount. So this is a group training with a one-on-one element to it. So it is a group training, and anyone who also signs up today, because you spent the hour with me, I'm going to honor that, and you're going to get 2 private coaching sessions with me. So you're going to get some one-on-one, you're going to get some group, but you're also able to tag me and get individualized attention over in that group as well. Yay, Barbara. I'm so excited to work with you. And Barbara and I have done a little work already, so I would love to work with you and fine tune that. Yes, so the format is going to be the same as we did here, but we may do a little bit more with video. I have the capability for you guys to see me like on the screen, screen shares, and we can even have you talk. I can, open up microphones and stuff. We're going to do what's needed for the group. So I don't answer those exactly because it's going to depend on the group that we get, and we fine tune and make this work for the people that are coming in. Does that make sense? So if nobody wants to talk, then we're not going to force anybody to talk. If everybody wants to participate that way, then we'll do that. Awesome, Gary. Can't wait to work with you. Any more questions? I want to remind you guys of something. You are in control of this. That's what's exciting, is if you're willing to do the work and be committed to your business and building this, oh my gosh, the sky's the limit. It's such an exciting place to be. And I am 150% committed to helping you get there. Thank you guys so much for being here. I know we ran over what we said this was going to be, so I do appreciate you spending the time. And to those who have already signed up, I can't wait to get started and see these businesses rocking and rolling. Thank you, everyone.